Hi guys, ArchieLuxury, and who do I recommend in America? In America, who do I recommend for quality pre-owned wristwatches? David SW, David SW, David SW. Go to davidsw.com. He is the best, the greatest pre-owned dealer in all of the United States of America. David SW, David SW, David SW. Hi guys, ArchieLuxury on the Paul Pluta channel. Today guys, I'm doing paid review 21QB122 quick wristwatch check. I'm wearing my Rolex Submariner. Okay, this here is for Kevin. Need advice with watch collection, please. Hi Archie, hope all is well. My name is Kevin and I've sent you a donation for a quick email reply with advice about my watch collection. Currently I have a 4-piece combo meal deal, as you would say. First, I have a 2015 Omega Seameister ceramic non-wave dial. Second, I have a 2015 IWC Pilot Mark 17. And then we have thirdly, 2021 Omega Speedmeister Moonwatch Halcylite 3861 movement. Fourth, I have a 2021 IWC Portuguese chronograph with the in-house movement. All watches were purchased second-hand with box and papers. Now my question is, I'm on the wait list from the AD for a Rolex Submariner 124060. That's the no date 41 mil. I got the 41 mil with the date in steel. I'm curious if you would advise me to sell off 2 of the collection and keep a 3-piece collection, or just skip getting the Rolex and enjoy what I have. I'm simple and don't like watch collections over 5, so I know 3 would be the trick. If I had to sell off, I would flick the Seamaster and the IWC Pilot, leaving it as the Submariner, the Speedy, and my Portuguese. What do you think? He sent me a photo. Thanks in advance, and I hope you have a great day. So there we go. Kevin, thank you so much for writing to your pontiff. Nice 4-piece. I love, is that a bronze? I love a bit of bronze sculptures. It's kind of like a modernist, impressionist. I like it. Okay, so 4-piece. What's my opinion? Does he need a Rolex? Kevin, let me explain it to you. Every man needs a Rolex. Every man needs at least 1 Rolex. Preferably, they need more. Yes, I'm sorry, Kevin. Every man needs at least 1 Rolex. And I gotta be honest with you. My advice to you, let's be realistic. You can wear the big boy pants now. Do you really think the AD will get you a no-date Submariner? I gotta be totally honest with you. It doesn't quite work like that. I don't think you have possibly spent enough there. I don't think you've spent. Now, did you buy these? What did you buy? So you got the 2015 Seamaster, so that's quite old. 2015 IWC, that's also old. Then you've got 2, you've got the Omega, and you've got the Portuguesa. Beautiful collection, but it doesn't really put you in good stead. My question is, I'm on the waiting list from the AD for the Rolex Submariner no date. Man, I think you're going to be waiting a long time. It doesn't quite work that way. I'm curious if you would advise me to sell off 2 of the collection and keep a 3-piece. No, every man needs a Rolex. Every man needs a Rolex. Every man needs a Rolex. You got to have at least one Rolex, definitely. Would I advise you to sell off? It depends on your financial position. How stuck are you financially? Are you able to put this on another credit card? What's your debt levels like? If you said to me, hey, you're maxed out, well, maybe you'd have to sell a bit. But if you are in top form, man, you got to get a Rolex. You can't collect watches without having a Rolex. I'm single. I'm single and I'm simple and don't like collections over 5, so I know 3 would be the trick. If I sell off anything, I'd sell the Seamaster and the IWC Pilot. Now, the only problem is, Kev, those watches there are not greatly wanted. They're not toxic garbage, but they're not Rolex Submariner. You're going to have a difficult time getting good money for them. 2015 Seamaster, that's not a terrible watch. It's quite nice, but it ain't no Rolex. The IWC Pilot, ditto. I don't blame you. I wouldn't sell the Speedmaster with the Halcylite, the 3861. That's a beautiful, beautiful machine. And I like the Portuguese chronograph. I love it. That's just classic IWC. So to be totally honest with you, the problem is you're not going to get huge money for the IWC Pilot and the Seamaster. They're not going to be huge money. So they're kind of the lesser desirable pieces in this collection. My advice to you, you got to get a Rolex. Everybody needs a Rolex. The only time I would say don't do it, I only say that to people who can't afford it, okay? Every man really needs a Rolex. You've got to have a Rolex. I'm really sorry. I recommend Tudor at times if you really can't afford it, but Rolex is Rolex. Every man needs Rolex. That's what you got to do. So, to answer, what do I think? What do you think? This is selling off some pieces, man. I got to tell you. You got to get a Rolex. Whether you see, the problem is, I tell you what the problem is. What are you going to get? The IWC Pilot watch, they're a bit soft. The Seamaster, both soft. Nobody's killing to get them, okay? They're not really that desirable. They are not that desirable. I think you've got to wake up a bit. My advice to you, do you really think you'll get the no-date sub through the AD? ADs are not your friends. ADs are not your friends. You definitely need the Rolex. Definitely, every man needs a Rolex. Every man does need Rolex. Rolex without saying. You definitely need Rolex. The sub no date, I don't think it matters if you get a sub date or a no date, 40 mil or 41. I would say get the ceramic, 40 or 41. Doesn't matter, date or no date, makes no difference. Definitely get a Rolex. Definitely. My advice, well, it depends what you can financially afford. I think realistically, you may have bitten a bit more than you could chew for 2021. Hold out for the dealer. See if he comes good on his promise. If not, go to the grey market and buy what must be obtained. You've got to have a Rolex. Now, do you sell a few things off to help pay for it? Only you know the true situation. Now, what you're going to find is the horrible reality is they're not huge. The IWC Pilot and the Seamaster, that's not gonna. You're gonna have to put in you're gonna have to dip in a big chunk of money on the secondary market. So just be prepared for that. But you definitely, every man needs a Rolex, and preferably steel sports. So would I sell things to get you've got it? The Rolex is the cornerstone. Now the sad reality is the pieces you're prepared to let go, they're not going to bring in huge money. So you say to yourself, should I really sell them if I'm getting slaughtered? And that is only a decision you can make. Maybe apply for a third or fourth credit card. That could be a good idea. But please, I've got to tell you this. You've got to add Rolex. You've got to have Rolex in your collection. I think it's a nice collection. You've got to have Rolex. Every watch collector worth their salt, you need to have Rolex, because everyone says, as soon as you say to somebody, hey, I like watches, I collect watches, their first question will be, do you have any Rolex? Do you have a Rolex? I want to see the Rolex. They don't say, can I see the IWC? They don't say, can I see the IWC that nobody wants? Can I see the Omega C? No, they say, can you show me the Subby? So I think it's very important you add, definitely, whatever you need to do to get the Rolex, you do it. There's not much point. The Speedy is a beautiful watch. The IWC Portuguese chronograph is also beautiful. I understand. I try and keep the lot. It's not this is quite a nice collection, but definitely add a Rolex. If I were you, instead of selling two of the pieces off, why don't you get a second or third job and then work like a beaver? Work your tail off to get this Rolex. That's what I would really be doing, because Rolex is the watch of winners. Winners wear Rolex. Winners wear Rolex. That's what they wear. They wear Rolex. So that's my advice to you. Get Rolex. Definitely buy Rolex. I would definitely get Rolex. That's what I would be doing. Getting Rolex, 100%. Now, whether you sell a bit of garbage off to pay, well, they're not garbage. If you sell some lessers off, only you can. I would prefer if you had a bit of money and you could sneak it on a credit card without the missus getting upset. I would probably say just keep the 4, add the Rolex, and then work like a beaver to pay it off. Yes, I would. It's always good to bite off a bit more than you can chew, because it makes you work hard and achieve the goal. So I would definitely do that. 100%. You need the Rolex. Do I sell the 2 shittier pieces off? I'd prefer you kept them, because they're not going to bring in big bucks. I'd prefer you kept them and just work your guts out to pay for this Rolex. But hey, people want the easy answer. These new millennials, they want the new answer. They don't want to work hard. They want to work less. So only you can decide. So 100% get the Rolex. Would I sell the 2? I'd prefer, if you've got the money, keep everything, add the Rolex, and be happy. I'm ArchieLuxury. This has been a paid review for Kevin. This has actually been a bit of advice. Tell me what you think, guys. Like, subscribe, and tell your friends. Don't be afraid to put some comments. And remember, I can't survive on Google Ads alone. I need paid reviews. Paid reviews keep me full-time on YouTube. Don't forget, you can also sponsor me on Patreon. Patreon allows you to sponsor me for as little as $1 a month, and I can talk to you as a Patreon. Give you special tips, give you unfettered access. I do it all for my Patreons. Hey guys, check out one of my best friends, Jamie Opulence, on YouTube. Just go to Jamie Opulence on YouTube. A fantastic channel from my good friend Jamie. Check it out, guys. Hey guys, ArchieLuxury. We're gearing up to Christmas, and I want to tell you about ArchieLuxury advertising packages. So guys, let me give you the drum. Let me give you the squirt. Let me tell you the story. So, what have we got here for you? We got some really good packages. What have we got? Advertising packages. Do you want a 15-second insert? 15-second insert into every ArchieLuxury video and Paul Pluta channel video. 15-second insert into each video. $200 for a month. $200 for a month. If you want a rolling script, every video for a month, $100 for the month. You'll get your rolling script into each video I produce. Fridge space. Fridge space is pretty full at the moment. I will be advising when I'm taking more fridge advertisers. Let me know if there's any Christmas deal I can do for you. I'm ArchieLuxury. Advertise and become a winner.